Okay, this is a quick recording on how to format a APA paper title page. First thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to insert your running head into the header. There are several ways to do this in Microsoft Word. I'm going to show you one way to do it. If you go to Insert at the top, come over to the Header button, click Header. It will give you an option of what you want to do. I use the blank 3-column format. This will automatically space out your running head and your page numbers to the left and right of the screen. The middle one in here you can just click on to highlight it and hit the delete key to delete it. Now, one thing that you do need to remember is that the words running head only appear on the first page. All the other pages are different. So up here in your menu under options, you want a different first page. Make sure you click that. Oh no, if you notice, all of my columns went away. That's okay. You can come back over here to header, put the 3 columns back in. We're deleting the middle one. On the right-hand side, you want that to be a page number. So again, at the top of the page, you have your page number icon here. Simply pull down that menu and say you want it in the current position, and you want a plain number. So it's this first one at the top. When you click that, it automatically puts the page number in the right-hand column here in your header. Now to put your running head in, just click in the header. Remember, on the title page, you're going to use running head. Notice that the H in head is lowercase because this is in sentence case. And then you're going to put the title of the paper in all capitals. Now the title of the paper, and actually this entire header, is 50 characters maximum. So, we now have a running head, we have our title, and we have our page number, and it's all on a single line inside the header. Once you're done with the header, you can close the header. But we already said that the first page and second page have different headers. So let's scroll on down here. And get to the next page. I can't get to my next page. Why is that? Well, it's because we haven't finished the title page and moved on to page 2 yet. So let's go ahead and do our title. The title should be the same thing that's in the running head, without all the capitals. If I could spell it right. On the second line, it's going to be the name of the student, or author of the paper, I should say. Notice that we are not using any type of credentials. We're not using that it's doctor matching. We're not using RN. We're not using MD. Nothing like that. Just the person's name and the university or institution. Now the title should be a maximum of 12 words. Should be centered in the upper half of the page. So when we're looking at this, that looks a little high to me. Center of the page is about here. So centered on the top half of the page would be about right there. Okay. Now we want to go to our next page. In order, we could hit enter a whole bunch of times and go to the next page, or you can hold down the control key and press enter. It automatically takes you to the next page. And notice our header stayed there of our space savers. So we can go ahead and go back into our insert header, put in our page number, current position, plain number, and then we want that same heading that we have up here without the words running head. So you just copy exactly what you have and you put it on that second page. Now every page from here on will have this title and a page number. Okay. Now this is looking pretty good, but what did we forget to do? Oh, we need to format our page. So let's go up to page layout, make sure that our margins are 1 inch all around. Yep, they're 1 inch all around. Make sure that our font is Times New Roman. Oh no, see, our font is Calibri 11. So we need to select the entire paper. You can do that by doing Control A and it'll highlight everything. Come up to your font and change it to Times New Roman size 12, which is the APA font. Now if you notice, it didn't highlight any of our headers. So we need to go back up here, double click on the header, and if you notice, the header is still Calibri font. So we're going to need to do the same thing inside the header and change that to Times New Roman 12. Double click on the paper to get out of the header, and there you go. Now as we go to start our paper, the first line of the body is going to be this title off the title page. So go ahead and take it right now, put it right on the first line of the body, centered, and then you start typing your paper. All of the paragraphs will be indented 5 spaces or 1 common tab. Okay, so the first paragraph of your paper will be the introduction. You don't label it introduction, you just go ahead and start typing. Now, a lot of people say, well, what was with that whole before and after the paragraph, make sure you have the right spacing? Well, let's look at that. The entire paper should be double spaced. So see how much space is between here now? That looks more than double spaced to me. So if you right click and go down to paragraph, you can see this is double spaced and 0, so that's actually correct. Now, if you had an extra, where it is here, it says before or after, and we say we have 12 point extra, you see how it puts extra spaces between that header and that first line? See, it shoved it down. Now that's triple space between there. You don't want any before or after. So right click, paragraph, make sure your before and after are 0, and your line spacing is double. And that will give you the correct spacing for the entire paper. That's it for this segment, and tune back in for the rest of the paper.